Alright. Solving by factoring has to be in standard form. Ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. The key is you do not want a you don't want it to be negative. So ever how you want it to move it around, it doesn't matter as long as a is negative. That's like in this one. A is equal to 1. That's positive. So the only thing we need to do is to move 3m to the other side of the equal sign. In order to move it, you just add the opposite. The opposite of 3m is negative 3m. So we're going to subtract 3m from both sides. We're going to do that. Now, we have m squared minus 3m minus 18 is equal to 0. Okay, now we're in standard form. So now we can solve it. This is 1 times negative 18. So we have negative 18. So we have 1 and 18, 2 and 9, and 3 and 6. The larger factors will be negative. So, a negative times a positive and negative, our signs are good. Now, find the two factors that add up to negative 3, 3 and negative 6. So we have m plus 3 times m minus 6 is equal to 0. We've got our factors. We have factored it. So now we just set both factors equal to 0. M plus 3 equals 0. M minus 6 is equal to 0. Subtract 3 from both sides. M equals negative 3. There's one solution right there. Add 6 to both sides. M equals 6. There's your other solution. Remember, if you graph it, you'll see where it crosses the x-axis in 2 spots. So that's number 1. Let's look at number 2. Alright. Now, we don't want a to be negative. It's 1 right now. So, we're not going to move x squared over here because it didn't make it negative. Let's just do this. Let's add 3x to both sides. Do the opposite. So now you have x squared plus 3x is equal to 40. Now, you have one thing left to move. We're going to move 40 over here by the opposite. So that's negative, subtract 40 from both sides. Just like that. Now, we have x squared plus 3x, make sure it's in standard form, minus 40 is equal to 40 minus 40 is 0. Now, we're ready to factor and solve. We're ready to do that. So we have 1 times negative 40, which is negative 40. So, we have 1 and 40, 2 and 20, 4 and 10, and 5 and 8. Now, the larger signs will be positive. So, that means we have to change the smaller ones to negative. Just like that. Now, find the two factors that add up to positive 3. That's negative 5 and 8. So, our factors are x minus 5 times x plus 8 is equal to 0. Now, you got your factors. Set both factors equal to 0. X minus 5 equals 0, and x plus 8 equals 0. Now just solve. Add 5 to both sides, and you get x equals 5. That's one solution right there. Okay? Now, subtract 8 from both sides. X equals negative 8. Those are your solutions. Now, let's look at number 4. Oops, went too far. Alright, you only have one thing to do to get it in standard form. Subtract 16 from both sides. So, you have 3x squared plus 2x, remember these are not like terms, minus 16 is equal to 0. Okay, let's solve it. It's in standard form. 3 times negative 16 is negative 48. So, we have 1 and 48, 2 and 24, 3 and 16, 4 and 12, and 6 and 8. That's it. Now, the larger ones will be positive. So that means it's negative 48, we have to make the smaller ones negative. Okay. Now, find the two factors that add up to 2. Negative 6 and 8. Now, we have to start with 3. So the factors would be 3x minus 6 times 3x plus 8. All equal to 0. Now, we usually reduce, but since we're solving, we're not going to worry about it. Only when we just factor it. So, set both factors equal to 0. 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. And 3x plus 8 is equal to 0. Alright, add 6 to both sides. And you get 3x is equal to 6. Divide both sides by 3. X equals 2. That's one solution. That's one solution. Now, subtract 8 here. We get 3x is equal to negative 8. Divide both sides by 3. X equals negative 8/3. That's how you solve when you're factoring, when it's not in standard form.